for John Cappelletti, his 4th touchdown rushing this year.
Take a look at that. Cappelletti moving wide, McCutcheon leading. McCutcheon, there might have been a little question there about hands. It was more of a push than a block, but the referees didn't throw a flag, so let's take the touchdown.
Raphael Septien, he's 24 out of 25 in point after, trying to make it 7-0 Los Angeles. Rams started from their own 14, 86 yards they traveled. High snap, the kick is up, and no good. So that high snap from center threw Raphael Septien off his rhythm. And there it is with 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Rams 6, Cleveland nothing.
Ford introduces the new Futura. A dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura. Its striking design is the result of computer modeling and extensive aerodynamic testing. Its excellent fuel economy results in part from the use of high-strength, low-alloy metals in Futura's construction. And Futura's ride is the result of a newly created advanced front suspension system. Futura. In a world where cars are looking more and more alike, it represents a change. A dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
So the Los Angeles Rams rolled 86 yards in 12 plays. John Cappelletti carrying it in from the 6. However, the point after is missed. First the high snap, the hold by Nolan Cromwell, and here is Septien's kick. It came out of there low and twisted, as you see, off to the left.
It didn't seem to be deflected.
Nope, he just squirted it. This is Brian Duncan to the 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet and knocked out of bounds across the 35. And he left 3 Rams in his wake. Eckern, Phillips, and Nuzum all had a shot and missed him.
Great field position for the Browns.
By the way, this telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Cleveland Browns and the National Football League is prohibited. So the Browns have been stung. They're down 6-0. First and 10 from their own 38 on a nice return by Brian Duncan. Cleo Miller runs into Jack Youngblood and Jack Reynolds, and they just stack it up. Well, the first report down by the Bay, and the Buccaneers are still hungry as Atlanta on the scoreboard as Fred Steinford kicked a 27-yard field goal. Atlanta leading Tampa Bay 3-0. Remember, Atlanta trailing the Rams by 2. The Giants in Cincinnati, a 57-yard pass from Kenny Anderson to Billy Brooks, and Cincinnati on the scoreboard 7-0 early in the first quarter. Second and 8 from the Browns 40. Rucker is right, Warfield left. Under a rush by Youngblood, he dumps it off. And let's see if it's a backward pass, and if so, it was a live ball. Greg Pruitt falls on it, and had the Rams been able to pick it up, they would have had possession. Take another look at that.
Yes, right now you'll probably see the inexperience of a new quarterback, Dr. Mays. He doesn't quite know what to do. He throws the ball out, but it could have been called a lateral. I guess it was called a lateral.
It was indeed. And only a late reaction by the Browns, or the Rams could have recovered. The Rams could not advance that backward lateral that had touched the ground, but they certainly could have recovered it.
I don't even think anyone realized it. They were just like me on that particular play.
So from the 22, it is suddenly 3rd and 26. And David Mays goes to Greg Pruitt. And he's knocked down. A good play by Isaiah Robertson, because he had a tangle with Bob Jackson to make the stop. And the crowd boos a little bit as David Mays, the dentist, comes off.
He looks very tentative today, Vince, as if he is a little nervous. I think He had a great game against Pittsburgh a year ago. He had a good game against them a couple of weeks ago. But now he looks very, very tentative. That's a bad sign.
And for a young quarterback, he is also behind, and that puts further burden on him. Greg Coleman, who had a 51-yard boot a few minutes ago, is now kicking from his 15. Low line drive to Cullen Bryant's left. Bryant takes it on the 32. And is held there by Ricky Feature, and then the rest of the Browns come up to make the tackle.
The coaches hate low punts. They're the most dangerous kind of points you can make.
But the speed merchant, Richie Feature, kept him from breaking it.
Mr. Highbloom?
Huh?
Mr. Highbloom.
Yes?
Yeah. We understand that you're taking a trip with us tomorrow.
Trip?
Yeah, well, we want you to know that Avis is working right now.
Avis?
It's vacuuming your car, checking the oil, brakes, even the air in the spare tires in the morning. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a Chrysler Cordoba, and it's blue. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
The Quintrix 2-color picture tube from Panasonic brings you a very lifelike picture. Because Quintrix 2 is our inline picture tube with an extra pre-focus lens that concentrates and focuses the electron beam to bring you Panasonic's sharpest picture ever. So lifelike, you may even feel you're part of the picture. Quintrix 2, one more reason Panasonic is just slightly ahead of our time.
A scientist with superhuman strength. The all-new adventure. The return of the incredible Hulk. Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
The Los Angeles Rams leading the Cleveland Browns 6-0 with 4:53 to go in the first quarter, and the Rams put it in play, 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. The last time they had the ball, they marched 86 yards for the touchdown. Waddy is left and Jackson right, and there goes McCutcheon behind Cappelletti. He went right by Charlie Hall, and that meant a couple of yards. Just
Good
shy
move by
of the 40.
McCutcheon. Good move by McCutcheon.
How did he get by Charlie Hall, number 59?
Well, that's the way a good back is. McCutcheon is going almost parallel to the line, as you can see. It's a slippery field, so it's really a difficult cut. But he's got good blocking. Turns his back, falls for a couple extra. That's
Hall
what we like in a
tried
good
to catch him
back.
around the neck, and I guess he went right under it.
Yeah, you don't try to tackle around the neck.
2nd and 5 from the 39. Cappelletti with McCutcheon blocking on Gerald Irons, then tried to go the other way and ran into Mac Mitchell, and that was that. The Cincinnati Bengals just had a 9-yard run by Bobby Clark to pick up another 7, and they're leading the Giants 14-0. 7 minutes to go in the first. Grogan to Morgan, a 64-yard touchdown pass, and the Patriots are out in front 7-0 over Philadelphia. The Rams have it 3rd and 2 from the 41. That was Sims who made contact. Mickey Sims, a rookie out of South Carolina State. And this is a perfect time to bring up an important point.
Yes, it is.
The Rams have been penalized only 65 times this year. But Cleveland has been penalized 95 times. The Cleveland record, 117. This club's liable to break it. How do you interpret that, Jim?
Well, as I looked at that particular play, I interpret it as a very young type team, a very nervous team. But in other factors, it could mean that a team is very enthusiastic and very emotionally high, and they can make up for those errors.
So it's encroachment, as you saw. Charge to number 78, Mickey Sims. Automatic first down. The Rams pick up now on their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10. They started on their own 33. Waddy is right and Jackson is left. Play action fake to McCutcheon, and Hayden to the right side to Cappelletti, who goes out of bounds, and another high tackle, that attempt by Oliver Davis. So they're headhunting.
Well, they like to tackle high when it's cold, because it hurts when you go low with your head and it's cold and the ground is hard. You might see a lot of that.
We might tell latecomers it's in the 20s here in Cleveland. It has snowed. There are heaters on each sideline. So it's kind of a bitter day, particularly for the Rams, who left the Santa Ana out there. 2nd and 5 from the 48 of Cleveland. McCutcheon behind Cappelletti, no hole, tried to go outside. Gerald Irons, number 86, wrapped him up.
You know something, Vince?
And McCutcheon is angry. Look at. Uh-oh. He is steaming. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look and see just why McCutcheon is angry. He moves outside.
That's
There's a high
Irons.
tackle.
That's
Another
Davis.
tackle. They take him down.
Ah, Joe Jones, I think, huh?
Just a little extra weight on the head.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 on the 48. Hayden to his big tight end, Terry Nelson, and he shed the linebacker, Charlie Hall, but lost his balance and went down.
Very close to first down.
And a penalty on the play. And it might be holding against the Rams, although it would be premature. Let's see.
Well, you can almost tell by the way the Rams are walking.
Yep.
They slowly walk back. It's probably holding, Vince.
So the point that you mentioned, Jim, about the fact that the defensive club likes to tackle high, and we have seen numerous instances of head tackles by the Browns, then the extra hit by Joe Jones. The Rams are leading and they're steaming now, and they're guilty of the infraction.
Number 75, illegal use of the hands. 3rd down.
That would be John Williams up front.
One thing, Vince, that the Browns are going to have to do, they're going to have to get a better rush on Hayden. He's got too many good receivers. His backs are good receivers. His ends are fast. If they don't get a better rush, he's going to eat them up.
One thing, the best defensive lineman is not in there, Jerry Shirk. He has had a bad knee. 3rd and 14 from the Ram 43. And whoops, Terry Nelson, the tight end, came up out of his stance for sure.
A little too soon.
So both clubs are eager to stick it to the other, and you'll see 83, Terry Nelson, come up out of his three-point too early.
And they'll probably forgive Terry Nelson because he's been a major factor in the Rams on the Rams team this year. The players really think very highly of him.
So a holding penalty and then infraction against Nelson. He's on the right side as the tight end. We'll see if we can see him come up.
Offense, right end, false start, causing the defense to touch. 3rd down.
There he goes. So that was a rather obvious infraction. It is 3rd and 19 for the Rams on their own 38-yard line. They're leading 6-0. 2:38 to go in the first quarter. Waddy is right and Jackson left. McCutcheon staying in the block. A rush by Joe Rohn.
All right.
And that's just what you said.
That's what we're talking about. You've got to get in there.
They call him the Turkey, and that is his 6th sack of the day.
Let's take a look at it. Good move, determined move. To the outside, took the good angle and made a fantastic tackle.
He ran around John Williams, who had been guilty of holding, and it might have been that Williams was afraid to get a hand on him.
Did not want to hold. That's
right. So Glenn Walker, averaging 35 a punt, back on his own 10-yard line. Raleigh Woolsey, a single safety on the Browns 40. So he hangs it for Woolsey on his own 38. He's hemmed in by Jackie Wallace, and then the rest of the Rams swallow him up.
You notice on that return, the Rams had it beautifully covered. The back really should have just moved upfield, taken his 1 or 2 yards, and not try to really break it in that kind of occasion.
So the Rams are leading 6-0, 2:14 left in the first quarter.
This